everybody, and welcome to this week's Wednesday Words. My name is Debs Barrett from Adapt Counselling, and this week I am going to be talking to you about anxiety. Now, many of us experience anxiety, and it's not always a bad thing. I'll go into that in a moment. But if you've ever experienced that tightness in your chest, that racing heartbeat, or that wave of dread that seems to come out of nowhere, you are not alone. Anxiety is one of the most common emotional experiences that we have as humans, and we share it with many, many people. And yet, when you're in it, isn't it amazing that it feels so incredibly isolating, as if you were the only one that has experienced this? I can assure you, you're not. And today we're going to unpack what anxiety really is, why it happens, and how you can begin to manage it in ways that truly support both your mind and your body. Anxiety isn't just worrying too much. It's our body's built-in alarm system. It keeps us safe from danger. I know, unbelievable, isn't it? But it's true. When our brain perceives a threat, such as a bear in High Street, yes, that's what it really does, it activates the fight, flight, or freeze response. Hormones like adrenaline and cortisol are released, and they course through our bloodstream, surging and preparing us to react. Which was fine millions of years ago when we lived in caves, but how many of us live in caves now and face bears in our surrounding environment? Our brain hasn't learnt that it needs to change, which is amazing for a pretty intelligent organ. And the problem comes when this fight, flight or freeze system stays on and doesn't switch off appropriately, even when there's no real danger. And that's when anxiety starts interfering with our daily life, and sometimes it can be crippling, making it hard to concentrate, to sleep, or even feel comfortable within your own skin. Does any of this sound familiar? I get it, I completely get it, but we can change. That's the exciting bit. We can change and manage our anxiety better. There are common types of anxiety you may have heard of, and it shows up differently for everybody. Some experience something called generalised anxiety, where worries feel constant and hard to control, such as racing thoughts that go round and round in our head. There are also panic attacks, sudden surges of intense fear that can feel like you're losing control. Social anxiety, where everyday interactions trigger intense self-consciousness. You can get blood rush rising up your neck, you blush. For some people, they experience phobias, specific phobias, or health anxiety, causing great distress in certain situations. No matter what the form, anxiety is not a sign of weakness. Now hear me, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your nervous system is overwhelmed, and it can be helped. Anxiety often is like a cycle. You feel anxious, you try and avoid what triggers it, and the avoidance may bring short-term relief, but what it does is reinforces the fear, the anxiety symptoms in the longer term. And this is what's key to understanding anxiety. It's powerful because once you see it, you can start to break it. How do we cope with anxiety and heal from it? Managing anxiety, as I said at the start, is not about eliminating anxiety altogether. It's about learning to respond differently. And here are some tools that can help you. We have grounding techniques where you focus on the present, notice things around you. A good idea is to notice 4 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 4 things that you can hear, 4 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Breathing exercises. Slow, deep breaths tell your body you are safe. Have you noticed when you're anxious, you take really fast, short breaths? And this can also in turn lead to heart palpitations, which we do not want. Breathe gently. Movement also helps. Gentle activity such as walking, yoga, stretching. And if you can't get out of the house, then changing rooms into a different part of the house can also help because it acts as a form of distraction. You may know about journaling. You may know about therapy. Both are great. But if you cannot afford to come to therapy, I know there's a cost involved. Adapt Counselling can offer you discounted sessions. Just ask me. But in the meantime, journaling, writing, it doesn't have to be brilliant essay A-level style language. Writing in any form you like, even drawing like doodles, will help. And there's recent clinical evidence to suggest that different parts of our brain light up when we're writing with our hand, when we're drawing, compared with when we're typing on our phones or computers. Isn't it amazing? You see, millions of years ago, we didn't have computers. All we had was our brains that became stimulated by our senses, by what we saw, by what we smelled, by everything around us. Too much time on your devices can lead to anxiety. Social media feeds, Facebook and the like, are designed in such a way to draw us in and keep us connected. But that's not what we need when we're feeling anxiety. You can seek professional support. Therapists and counsellors can help you understand your anxiety and cover root causes that are often buried deep within. And that can guide you towards the relief that you so need to feel. If anxiety is stopping you from doing things you enjoy, keeping you awake at night, or making everyday tasks feel impossible, it might be time to reach out. Professional help isn't about fixing you. It's about giving you tools to support you navigate life with more ease and confidence. Anxiety doesn't define you. It's something you experience, and with understanding, compassion and the right support, it can get better. Thank you so much for listening. If this episode resonated with you, please like, share and comment. And with understanding, compassion and the right support, it can get better. Take a moment to breathe and remember you're already taking a powerful step towards healing by watching this video. Healing begins the moment you stop fighting your anxiety and start understanding it. Anxiety? What anxiety? Bring it on! See you next week.